Yeah.
Is that a new render I spot
Uh,
beneath me?
it's the image for this episode, so that's a
The
thing.
the Sonic racing thingy. Yes, yes.
So yeah.
Okay, so
Hey,
we should probably get started, and I should not
probably
comment on the weird way Sonic wears his headphones. It needs to get some
Sonic's
earbuds.
not wearing headphones in that.
No, no, but in our logo.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Uh,
But they're bone conductive headphones.
All
That's a thing.
right.
That's an
Well,
actual thing.
I am well aware that it's a thing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 130 of the Sonic Talk podcast. I am your host, Knuckles87, and with me today, as usual, are Shigs.
Hello.
Say hello.
I just did.
Yeah, but I talked over you, so you need to say it again.
Want me to say it again? Hello.
And GX.
There are no video games happening right now. None at all.
Well, there are for me, but they are strictly Sonic things that like we don't need a specific section of the podcast to talk about because we are a Sonic podcast.
No video games until next week. All video games have been canceled.
Although I'll probably just go straight into talking about my time with Rumble after Shigs goes through his bunch of things, which he is back on the Fortnite stuff.
I
that-
never left the Fortnite stuff. I just don't always talk about it.
I just assumed that you stopped playing when you stopped talking about it, because I can't imagine going back to that game every day.
I just about do, except I'm off of it for right now because I got leveled up everything I need for this current event.
How
So
many
right
slurs
now,
did you make Darth Vader say?
no, because I don't have a mic set up to talk to him after I've defeated him.
Oh, boo! You could have at least, I don't know, asked him some highly charged political questions.
Yeah, I can turn him into a racist like some other people have.
Or a not racist
To
go
be
against Type for Darth
let's be real here though. Let's say it as it is. Let's keep in mind Darth Vader was a Nazi. Like, let's not forget that.
Yes.
Let's not forget that. That
yeah.
is the whole point of the series. Is he worked for the Nazis? He was their
the Empire was a
engineered killer.
human-centric organization and also extremely misogynistic. Although they did have some female officers.
I'm pretty sure James Earl Jones' family wasn't going like, "Oh, I didn't know they were going to use his voice and AI for this."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, like they had the approval of the estate, and so
Yes,
you know,
they do. They do. I'm just thinking they probably thought it was going to be used for other things.
Well, I'm sure
But
Disney.
anyway, yeah,
I'm sure Disney
Darth
also
Vader
thought
has
it was
to be
going to be
brand
used for
safe.
other things.
Darth Vader can only do fictional bigotries. Has to be brand safe.
Yeah. Anyway, about 3 years ago, Fortnite did a Marvel season, but that one lasted the average time of 3 months, and you locked about 10 Marvel, about 6 or 7 Marvel characters in the game during that time. This event is only about a month long. It started in May 3rd or May 4th, like the May 4th be with you thing, and it goes on to June 7th, so it's not going to be that long. The levels top out at level, well, it doesn't top out, but your main your main points go to level 50 to unlock most of the characters, except for General Grievous, who came in through half the season, and now you have to unlock him through a bunch of XP. And you can once you go to level 50, you can usually go to up to level 80 for bonus things. Normally, this is like level 100 to 200 if you're doing a 3-month season. This is only 1-month season because they, making it special for Star Wars. Anyway, so like they changed the map a little bit. There's like a resistance base. There's a Tatooine area, like a Mos Eisley area. There's a resistance base up in the snowy mountains. They have a samurai Darth Vader with his own little area that you can. That's the area where you
Samurai
fight Darth Vader,
Vader.
and you can unlock him to follow you around and attack your foes, or talk to him and say racist things like you talked about.
We need a Sonic Forces equivalent for Star Wars that picks all the Star Wars characters and all these weird cosplay outfits.
Yeah, there's like one really weird a character you unlock. It's now normally in the game there's one of the Fortnite characters is called Cuddly Team Leader, and it's this girl with this kind of furry costume, costume, but with
it's the bear.
Like even I
don't play it, and even I know that just through osmosis.
Yeah, but they got a version of her in here, except she's dressed like a Wookiee with a weird Wookiee head for the thing, because they've already done Chewbacca a few months back, because Disney's got a bit of an investment in this. Anyway, the other interesting thing in this is one of the characters that was unlocked late in the season was Darth Jar Jar, their own little fictional character thing.
I saw the CG thing for that.
Yeah. Now, normally, if you want something in the shop and it becomes available, like Darth Jar Jar here, who's worth 1,500 V-Bucks, you just go and buy him. But not for this particular character. You have to unlock him and all the little things that accompany him that you can buy. You have to have enough XP points. First, you have to earn the right to purchase the character through XP, and I've never seen anything like that before. And
wow, that sounds terrible.
It baffles me why they would do it that way, other than to keep people invested in the game and keep playing.
That kind of reminds me of how whenever I try to get into a game doing some sort of Sonic event, I have to like play through a bunch of it just to unlock the Sonic bits.
Yeah, but this is just to unlock the ability to purchase it, which is odd to me. Anyway, I did have enough V-Bucks to purchase them, but I didn't because they had a kind of a cool Mandalorian that's customizable. You can do them with a whole bunch of different armor and a whole bunch of different colors and all this cape and everything. And I thought it was kind of cool that you can make your own customizable Mandalorian, so I went with that. Anyway, that's about it. I mean, the event goes on to June 7th. If you're just finding out about it, you're going to have to really push it to get to earn all the XP to get on the unlocks.
Man,
and nobody likes Star Wars.
Check out like the AI Darth Vader, but
it's not like it's not like there's major TV/streaming events happening regarding Star Wars right now. Nobody cares about it. It's a dead brand.
Right. Yeah. Disney killed Star Wars, bro. They killed it.
And the other thing I've been playing just a few hours of, not a whole lot yet, was Doom: The Dark Ages, which is on Xbox Game Pass and PS5. Yep, rip a tear and shoot your enemies from far away. In this one a little bit. This one is a prequel to the last two. Takes place way in the past.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Was first starting up. Yeah,
with the vast lore of Doom,
which is just basically the agents of hell attacking the agents of heaven on these planets and everything. And they drop the Slayer in to kind of clear out these areas. And it has some RPG elements, like you can level up, you can get gold to level up the Doom Slayer during the events. He's now got a shield that it can use to parry these oncoming green attacks back at the enemies and kill them, or he eventually does a Rygar where he can throw the shield on a chain and it has blades on it, and they'll stick and chainsaw into an enemy, and you can shoot him until he's weak enough that you could just hit him with the melee attack with your fist. I will say it's still not as good as the first Doom that they've when they've done this whole reboot. That one was the best because you were going through these tight corridors. Every enemy, even the weakest ones, was pretty much up close and personal, and brawling and punching the crap out of them was a lot more fun and visceral. Where in this one, there's areas where there are those corridors, but there's a lot of areas where you're spread out into this these open fields where you could shoot them from far distances before you ever get up to them. So that kind of visceral thrill isn't really there, but it's kind of the same like in the second Doom where they kind of turned it into a platformer, and there was a bit less shooting, a bit less visceral stuff. There doesn't they don't the melee attacks so far don't have that ability to just grab onto somebody and just rip their heads off or whatever, rip their hearts out. You're mostly just punching them until they explode. So it doesn't have that kind of visceralness to it, if that's a word. But other
I'm
than
still
that,
in the midst of Doom Eternal on my Steam Deck. But
yeah, I think it's better than Eternal, but I don't think it's better than the original Doom or the original Doom remake, I should say.
But as soon as I'm through with that, I'm gonna power up my Xbox and play some Doom Eternal on Game Pass.
Yeah, why not? If you got the Game Pass, let's go for it.
I just haven't had time to do stuff on Game Pass lately.
I did try out. We got a sale for RoboCop for $7. So I've been playing that, and it plays kind of like a original Xbox game that's been up-resed for modern times. But it's where it's kind. You can tell it's kind of a lower budget than the other games, but it's still fun. It's just it's just by the book. Anyway, but the other one I wanted to talk about was Capcom Finding the Collection 2. And outside of the Marvel ones, this has got the best selection in my opinion.
Yeah, this is on my radar.
Yeah, you've got Power Stone 1 and 2. You've got Project Justice, which is the sequel to Rival Schools. I don't know why Rival Schools is not in this one, unless if maybe it was in the first one. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. No.
Plasma Sword, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and Capcom versus SNK. Fighting Evolution, and then Capcom versus SNK 1 and 2, which I actually like the first one better, and I enjoy that one as well.
So, have you checked out the Power Stone games yet?
Yeah, they're still as fun as ever. In fact,
okay, so they're
playing
good ports?
better at them now than I was before. They're not the Dreamcast ports; they are arcade ports, but they look exactly like the Dreamcast games. Because they have
honestly, that kind of makes me want to get it more. Are they all arcade ports?
Even though they're arcade ports, you do have a menu option before you select a game where you can select difficulty, and how you want your controls, and several other things. There's also a menu that you could bring up in game where you can check the border, shrink or widen your screen that you're doing on. About 10 different screen filters, which you can just go through in real time. You could just pause the game, go through the screen filters, and then hide the menu while you're selecting the screen filter so you can see which one you kind of prefer, which is really nice. Also, they've got some great the Marvel versus Capcom one has this too, where they have options to make the game easier for you if you want. If you don't want to be doing quarter circle punch and all that. All the fighting moves, which I think are the medium to low punch versions of the moves, are all on the L button. You just go in direction to go to L button if you want to do a Hadouken or Shoryuken and that. And if you want to if you've got enough to do a big meter attack, you just press a certain direction and the L trigger, and you can do one of those. That way, if you're kind of a noob or just lazy, that's a good way to go. It's a great collection, and everything is really solid on it. So there's a ton of options. There are some of them have music remakes for the soundtrack, which I never really care for that, but because you got that little bit of a nostalgia factor when you're listening to the music, and these are already good soundtracks as they are, so I don't usually mess with that.
Jess,
I know some of you was gonna say something.
I was gonna say, what is your general history with some of these games?
I've played through most of them in the past.
What stands
I have not
out
really
for
played
you,
much
though?
of Power Stone 2, but I played the original Power Stone. I'm actually better at it now than I was back then. I just, Sometimes that happens where you have a game where you're not very good at it originally, and when you come back to it years later, suddenly you got the skills for it that you remember then. I'm not that big on Project Justice. I knew Rival Schools a little bit, but those Capcom Polygon 2D fighters, not the Polygon games like Power Stone, but ones like Rival Schools and Street Fighter EX, they always have this slow, muddy motion to them that I never really cared for. And they don't really work that well for me. Plasma Sword is like brand new to me. I've never played that one.
Plasma Sword is a game that I've been trying to play on my Dreamcast for years, but it doesn't like VGA, and so I haven't really been able to play it too much.
And I don't know why I've always liked Capcom versus SNK, but I've always liked the Fatal Fury too. So having those characters and mixed in with the Street Fighter characters is.
But I've always been big on Project Justice ever since I got it on my Dreamcast back in like 2010. And Power Stone is a game I had some fun recently with some friends and family.
I
So,
will say you also have save loads. You can just save at any time and then load it up later if you want.
I'm definitely interested in playing this stuff on Switch.
If you do that, you cannot go back into the you cannot exit the game, go in the options menu and change the difficulty and then go back in and try to load that. It will not work because it knows you have the game at certain settings, and so it won't let you load up at the new settings. Which is smart because I got to a point where I was doing great, and then I got to the final boss, and I was trying to beat him over and over, getting close, but couldn't do it. So I thought, oh, okay, maybe I'll make it easier for myself and to change the options. It's like, nope, you can't play it like that.
Unfortunate. All right, so
before Shiggs dies on stream here,
Darth Vader to the cough.
To the cough.
Like I've alluded to earlier, what I have been playing has been lots of Sonic Rumble. Specifically the new content.
YouTube.
Specifically the new content that they released like a week ago, I think. Yeah. So like just a quick recap. So Sonic Stadium is in the Sonic Rumble Creators Program. And so we have access. They give us access to like early an early beta for the content and events and stuff. And
they give us the crap with the expectation that we like show it off in videos and stuff.
Yeah, and for limited and like these betas, they typically only like give us access for about a week, and then like nope, you can't really play most of the new skins or anything anymore. And so yeah, I've been spending all of my time just like getting footage of all of these cute new skins that they've unveiled and made available. The centerpiece of the new content has been the Sonic 3 movie event, of course, which brings a new mission to Sonic Rumble. One where like it says it's a hunt, because you've got to like gather these pink balls, which look kind of like BioLizard eggs, but you also have to it's also like a boss battle. You have to like fight Movie Shadow, who spends a good portion of the level just riding around on his bike, destroying everyone's cars and stuff. But through this event you can unlock various Sonic 3 related stuff, including a Shadow the Hedgehog movie skin, which it's rather strange doing Shadow the Hedgehog versus Shadow the Hedgehog, but you know that is what I got a lot of footage of, because the beta replaced the standard running levels with just that one new level, which honestly I do kind of appreciate, because when they released City Escape, I could never play that level. I never got it in any of the in any of my games. Like that footage that GX was playing a minute ago, that was like the second time I've ever played that stage. But regardless, so I don't know, like it's a fun little level. I do appreciate the fusion of collection and bosses, although it's still not as good as a rung level, which I don't know. I would have preferred for this to like replace the second rounds or something. To be honest, but like I don't know. But it makes for a fun little event. Although one thing about it that I don't understand is that so you can unlock Shadow the Hedgehog for free. It's actually very easy because like you only need to collect like 4 Shadow medallions in order to unlock them.
To be
But
clear,
the thing
this
you have
is
to
in the pre-release event, not the.
well, like in the regular event, you can also like in the pre-release event they just gave us the skin.
Sure.
But for the regular event, he is very easy to unlock.
But we are talking about like, hey, we are still in a pre-release period.
Oh no! This started.
No, I
Exactly.
understand that. No, we are still in a pre-release period. It has not gone
Oh
through
yes,
global launch
yes. Well,
yet.
like
It will
okay, true.
return.
For the people who didn't do what I did and cheat and say they're from Australia, yes, we are still in the pre-release period. Um, but anyway, so but thankfully, Shadow is very easy to unlock standard, which is good because they did advertise him being free. But what's weird is the thing that you have to pay for in the movie event is the is Golden Eggman, which that still remains one of the weirder issues with this game all these months after it first like launched internationally, is that sometimes when they need a skin to just try to get you to spend some money, they will just like put some shiny texture on a character and say, hey, here it is.
I mean,
give us $8.
I mean, at some point, like I just think all of the skins in this game look bad. Like I haven't seen one yet that I think looks particularly good.
I rather like the neon suit skins,
Oh,
which
the
were the
neon
other
suit ones look
big,
like garbage. They look like hot cyberpunk trash.
which were the other big focus of this event, because they always have like multiple things going on at the same time. This they call the neon suit line. So it's like you got neon suit Sonic, neon suit Shadow, neon suit Metal Sonic. Which unfortunately, like all of them are fairly expensive. Um, I forget which ones are locked behind what, but I
I
just
just
know
don't
that
get the appeal of that.
that none of them are things that you can unlock easily. Like everyone did get a coupon to like reduce Sonic Neon Suit Sonic red star ring cost from like 999 to like 500 something.
What? Pardon?
They gave everyone a coupon
It,
that
no,
gave
no,
us
no.
a
I
discount on that.
understand the
Yeah.
text of what you said. I don't understand the meaning of what you said. Why?
I know. Like this is the one aspect of the economy that still doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I, I,
Like
I guess if this is the type of thing that they're still trying to figure out what they should do for a global launch, like, might as well take advantage of just effing with the economy as much as they can until they have to,
like
not make
they
people
gave
angry.
they gave creators 1,000 red star rings, and I could use that to buy Neon Suit Sonic in our regular save file, but I decided no, I'm going to use it to buy Sir Percival instead, and do a little video for 3 of the 4 Black Knight characters that they never gave us access to. Like, and plus, I'm just more interested in that, if I'm being honest. I like Sir Percival, her look. But then again, I am a filthy degenerate Blaze fan.
I think it just
So,
looks like a worse version of Blaze.
well, like I said, I do like the look of a bunch of
But
these skins.
their character
That one
designs are
included.
good at their base level. Putting a bunch of crappy clothing on the Sonic characters does not make the Sonic characters look better. It makes them look much worse.
Like I like the color schemes for Neon Suit Sonic and Neon Suit Shadows, especially. Okay. In addition to all of that, we also got some new buddies like Shadow and Sonic Omo Chao. We got Mechanic Tails, which I think is a cute little is I think one of the cute skins because it's like
It's
Tails wearing like a little mechanic apron
it's
covered
one
in
of the
some
better
like I
ones
guess
for sure.
engine grease. But finally, they also kind of gave us a little stealth crossover with a Sonic and Friends tie-in buddy, which I also spent our precious red star rings on
Hold
because
on.
I wanted
Hold on.
what?
You can't cross over with yourself. It's still Sonic. It's
It's a
not a
sub
crossover.
brand. It's a sub brand.
But that's not a crossover.
Sonic 3 X Rumble is a
No,
crossover, and
it
that's
isn't.
Sonic.
It's
Yeah,
still all
they're still
Sonic.
they are framing that as a
Yeah,
crossover.
but they're wrong.
Therefore, I think we can also frame Sonic and Friends as a
Yeah, but
crossover.
they're wrong. Just because they're insane doesn't mean we have to be.
Well, I personally agree with them. So I guess I'm insane too by your standards.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, but in any case,
Yeah, that's not a crossover. That's just literally Sonic and friends going into a Sonic game.
yes, but they look different. You see, Shigs, and
They look
they're
slightly
like from
different. They're like cutesy.
a different kind of tone and world and stuff. So it's a crossover. But I have appreciated what they've been doing with the buddies because I was initially a little worried that the buddies were all just going to be Chao with different color schemes and maybe some clothing or something. But like they're legitimately giving us some fun stuff now, like Froggy and little mini tornadoes and death eggs, and and now that these Sonic and Friends things. So I am happy about that. And this is probably one of the things I would spend my Red Star rings on if I had them on my own account, which I've been neglecting lately, unfortunately.
I will
um
say those neon costumes remind me of when you're in Fortnite. You're like you've already gotten pretty much everything you want to unlock, and you're still playing, and you're getting your level 100, where you're getting these, or level 200, where you're getting these glowing suit versions of the
Oh,
characters you've unlocked that
that
nobody in their right mind is ever going to play.
that's yeah, that's I think that's the best analogy that we could have for that. It looks like a Fortnite artist interpretation of what cyberpunk is. That is probably the best way to describe these ugly skins.
I have been defaulting to just calling them Cyberpunk Sonic and Cyberpunk
Well,
Shadow,
that's
but
what they're trying to
I'm
be.
I'm assuming that they didn't go with that nomenclature because Cyberpunk is also a popular game now. Like, even though, like, Cyberpunk is also just a genre, obviously. um, but you can check out footage of all of this stuff over on our YouTube. I've got some extensive footage of Movie Shadow, the Neon Suit stuff, the old Dr. Eggman, which I grabbed at the last minute, but I realized, oh, right, that is technically a new skin. I guess I should do that for completion's sake. Um,
I do appreciate your social media post.
that was my first thought. Like, they made Dr. Eggman the biggest man in the world and covered in gold because and that is what he is now. So moving on to more to some mobile stuff. Super quick, we got Sheriff Sonic, which like I guess we're doing. I guess they've run out of medieval stuff and we're doing Western now.
I
Yeah,
guess. I don't know.
I
it's
have
cute.
had some fun
It's cute.
musing. What are you saying, Shigs?
I said it's cute.
Yeah, I do think it's cute. I have had some fun musing about like what the other roles could be because, like, not all Western stuff is PG. But I'm assuming we'll probably be getting like, I don't know, Deputy Tails and Cowgirl Amy and Outlaw Shadow in due time. They don't really give Dr. Eggman much in these mobile games.
No,
I guess because he's not like a runner in Sonic Dash and he's in an Eggmobile in Sonic Forces, so there's less you can really do with that.
there's probably a degree to which, like, we already know that they recycle a lot of assets between those. Like, not every skin from one makes it to the other, but there's
I
a
mean, at this
lot of
point,
skins that do.
basically every skin they announce is in both.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fairly certain that's just part of the development pipeline now. It's like, okay, we make the model for Sonic Forces, which will require some more development because we've also got to make some unique animations and items and stuff for this character. And then we just take the base model and just port it over to Sonic Dash with like slightly lower asset quality or something. Like, I'm assuming it's something like that. Um, and needless to say, as someone who's always a big fan of the obscure and one-shot Sonic characters, I am rather happy that Neo Metal Sonic is coming to mobile.
The worst version of Metal Sonic, sure.
Like, I guess really I consider him like the closest we have ever really
Look,
gotten to like
they
modern Metal Sonic
they
because he
they
kind of
they've look no they hecked up Metal Sonic. Like, they made Metal Sonic talk. Like, letting Metal Sonic talk is like having Darth Vader say no. It's like, no, you don't make him a better character by making him talk in the way like that, like in the way that they did for Sonic
okay.
Heroes.
I didn't need him to talk. And the voice acting is bad, as it mostly is in Sonic Heroes. And I really didn't need what's it, that metal dragoon design, the big
Oh no,
dragon
his big
thing.
dumb
I
dragon
didn't need
form
that. That is
Yeah.
ugly as hell.
Yes,
well,
I get that.
it's the same problem as a lot of Sonic game where it's like, well, I guess at the end of this, I'm not fighting anything of value. I'm just fighting the big monster guy. So let's fight
But
a big
I will
monster
say
guy.
that Neo Metal Sonic's design has kind of grown on me, in the sense that it feels like a legitimate modern interpretation
I
of
don't.
Metal Sonic.
What if I
Like, they
don't want a
took
modern
modern
interpretation of
Sonic's
Metal Sonic?
design and they applied it to Metal Sonic, because modern Metal Sonic is basically still based off of classic Sonic's
Yeah, that
proportions.
was the good one. That's the one that looks good.
And so, like, I don't know, like, I've kind of come to appreciate Neo Metal Sonic's design, even though it is still kind of busy.
It's really busy. It's over
And
designed.
honestly, it's mostly just like the jacket that
Yeah.
bugs me.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the jacket, it's the giant tails on his coat that is like, hey, what if we for some reason wanted to make the silent killing machine look regal, I guess? I don't know. Like, Metal Sonic looks
Or a
cool as
fashion icon.
it's the same issue I have with like making all of these skins in the mobile games for the Sonic characters. Like, no, Metal Sonic looked good as he was. He's a weird version of Sonic, very sleek, very we'll say efficient, and he just has a freaking jet engine for a chest. Like, I don't see how you improve on that.
Well, I guess no. I always wish we could have seen Neo Metal Sonic in proper action, and
It's like taking a
unfortunately,
blue.
Shao Generations just defaulted to Dragoon. What's that darn thing called?
Egg Dragoon, Battle
Metal
Dragon,
Dragoon.
Egg Dragoon.
Well,
Egg
they
Dragoon, yeah.
defaulted to the ugly thing instead of Metal
Oh,
Sonic.
oh, Final Overlord or
Oh,
Metal
okay.
Overlord or something. I don't know.
Metal Overlord.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you, Shigs. So, Shigs, were you trying to say something earlier?
I was thinking he looks like they took a blue Porsche and added like white fins and like flame decals and all this other stuff to him that just makes what he originally was look kind of tacky.
I will say this: He looks better than the Cyberpunk skins. The Cyberpunk skins look like a Crypto Bros vision of what a Sonic character should look like.
Okay, I guess we can at least agree that
That is a version
Metal
of
Sonic looks better
Sonic
than that.
that owns at least 3 NFTs and is very proud of them.
No version of Sonic owns NFTs, GX.
That one
that's
does.
blasphemous.
And basically he just trades them with the version of the Cyberpunk version of Shadow. They just trade them back and forth to artificially inflate the value.
And does Cyberpunk Metal Sonic steal them?
Well, no, he's Cyberpunk Metal Sonic has no need for that, but eventually, like, Vector is going to set up like a really basic bait and switch Link, and he's just going to steal all of Sonic's apes. Like that's the way that goes down. And there's nothing you can do about it because it's on the blockchain.
I wonder if they'd be some sort of rodent in his world, like beavers.
It'd be like Comedy beavers? Chimp. It'd be just different pictures of. It's not Bored Ape. It's just Comedy Chimp. Is it Comedy Chimp or Comedy Ape?
It's Comedy Chimp.
Okay.
Comedy Chimp, yes.
I remember things from Sonic Boom.
Okay, so moving on, we've got a collaboration that just got announced with Asphalt Legends Unite X Sonic. And I actually did play a bit of this recently because I was trying to find where the announcement came from.
But, I'm trying to find where the Sonic stuff is in this game. And I have experience with this game before. I used to play when it was Asphalt Legends 8 and a little bit when it was Asphalt Legends 9. It's the exact same game, just like Overwatch 2, except they, added little things here and there, but it's still the same, like, 5 freaking tracks that you race across. And I'm even looking at their season pass, and I don't see any of the Sonic skins there. So I don't know.
Is it actually available out yet?
Yes.
I don't think it was when it first
expires 28 days right now.
Yeah, so it starts tomorrow.
Sure?
I was playing a little bit of it on mobile because you have to spend money to acquire it on Switch, and I'm assuming that assume that's the case for all the consoles.
No, you don't have to spend money to download the game on Switch.
Really? I looked that up on the Switch store, and all I could find was bundles.
Huh.
Maybe I'll give it another look. I don't know, but I guess did not see it.
If you go into bundles, usually you can separate out the bundles, and it might be free there, or it might be that I just upgraded from when it was free on Asphalt 8.
Are you sure it's on Switch at all?
I'm playing on Switch right now.
Okay, I'm just looking at this, and I found okay, Nintendo. It went under a different name for a period of time, so the search is. Because I am looking at something that was once previously called Asphalt 9 Legends, but it redirects me to Asphalt. Pardon?
Now it's just the Asphalt Legends or whatever.
Okay.
Asphalt Legends.
Well, like, has it been going from 8 to 9 to Unite?
Yeah, pretty much. Is that
what they've been doing?
It's as confusing as their menus when you go into their hub world, because, oh my god, the menus are so confusing. And this is someone who plays a Disney Speedstorm, which has fairly confusing.
I mean, it's the
menus.
same company.
This is absolute worse.
It's the same publisher.
It's like times 10 what the confusing menus are on Speedstorm.
But yeah, I am now sitting on the Switch store for this, and it does look like it is free.
Okay, I'll have to look it up again, I guess, because I just couldn't find it.
It is a problem with the nature of the Switch store as it is, and how the Switch store seems to prioritize bundles to the same degree that that they prioritize full games and, to some extent, DLC. And the nightmare scenario that they have introduced is now we have Red Deer Games introducing a new bundle of AAA Clock once again. This one has another free piece of DLC, but it gets them to the top of the recent releases. I actually, they might have actually done some stuff to fix that, but I don't recall 100%. I just know that was the nightmarish meta that companies would just continuously bundle free DLC with in order to jump to the top of the storefront again.
Well, in any case, I did play a bit of it on my iPad, and I was having a decent amount of fun with the touch controls. So I don't know.
It's a decent Burnout knockoff.
I might give this game more of a chance.
It's another thing where they have a solid game base, but it's destroyed by all the microtransactions and menus and stuff.
I mean, that's what Gameloft does. Is they take an existing game, they basically copy it, and they do a decent job copying it, but then they fill it with everything that you would expect from microtransaction games.
So the event is called Racing Around the World. It will run from May 29th to June 26th, and it's going to offer players a bunch of Sonic themed decals for their new car, which is an SSC Ultimate Aero TT, which I don't know what that is, but I just know the car looks neat. So whatever.
Apparently, you get a Chao one for free, and then you gotta kind of earn the other ones.
Okay. So
I think that's what it said in the ad. I can't remember.
So we just could not find.
Maybe you're right. I'm saying maybe you're right. Maybe it is tomorrow because I'm not seeing anything outside of.
I'm reading directly off of the articles.
Dreadnuts
wrote up.
I'm reading it, and it says it's May 29th through June 26th. So it is not May 29th yet.
Yeah, it says on my little thing in here May 28th. So they kind of screwed it up inside of the game.
Well, regardless, I just know when they first unveiled this damn thing, I could not find it anywhere until, finally Dread discovered that basically they just have a bunch of influencers that they release new content from. But it is weird how the game itself just does not announce these things. But anyway, honestly, I had enough fun with the game that I might feel inclined to give it more of a shot over the course of the next month. But I don't know. It's another collab.
I already had my time with a Sonic licensed collaboration kart racing game in the form of that Korean one from Nexon that was surprisingly good.
I remember that.
That was a good kart racer. I don't think I have it in me to pick up. Who knows? I'll need something to stream on Wednesday. Maybe I'll stream this nonsense.
Yeah, and it's going to be available on Switch too.
God, that's that's the last thing I would be more inclined to. I don't know. Is it on PC?
I think so. Yeah.
I'm more likely to do it from PC because it's easier to stream from PC.
So, moving on to another racing game, a racing game more relevant to us, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. They have been slowly revealing new content for the game. We got they gave us our first look at Windmill Isle, aka Apatos from Sonic Unleashed. Which really does look very close to the Unleashed original, except now it's they've replaced all the humans with animal people because Sega's still being weird about that for some reason.
Sure are.
But I'm glad that we're finally seeing locations from Unleashed popping up. Well, okay. We're seeing new locations from Unleashed popping up in spin-off media instead of just what they've been instead of just Spagonia again.
I mean it has a bit of a benefit that it looks like it has certainly touched up a bit, but it certainly does look very familiar to the existing location and some of the geometry in that existing location. And obviously that might be by design. It's hey, it makes sense. There are aspects of Sonic Unleashed that inherently lend themselves to, racing game layouts. But I'm also not
Well,
looking
yeah.
at this and thinking like, well, they're gonna bring back places from the Sonic Advance games or Sonic Rush or
Oh,
something where they
like
have
I
to
would love
actually
that,
model
but
things.
that has not crossed my mind yet. Like they're at least still like they've at least still been primarily referencing 3D game.
Yeah,
And
like
another
Right.
big unleashed a location that they brought in has been Holoska, which that does look different from the original. Like, in fairness, Holoska in Unleashed is literally just like the snow level. Like, it has very little in terms of oh.
Snow
We
and
didn't
water.
report that. It's in a link to a tweet or a Blue Sky post. Um, but anyway, um, but it does look pretty neat, and it does look like they took more liberty because it's like we've got these big old auroras up in the sky, and we've got these giant ice whales leaping out of the water. They have taken Holoska in a more distinctive and fantastical direction, which
Well,
I do
there's definitely
appreciate.
whales in Holoska. I remember that
What'd you
much.
say?
There was definitely whales in Holoska.
Yeah, but this is like an ice whale. Like it's not a regular blue whale. Um, and finally, we also have a new stage from Sonic Riders, which I think they did technically tease a couple of weeks ago. White Cave, which that is the that's the stage from Sonic Riders that like had the giant centipedes and stuff. And what's unique about that particular reveal is that it also gave us Jets, and we got to hear his voice, and it's apparently the same voice actor from Free Riders, which I forgot that they recast him for that.
yeah, that
That
was
was ages ago.
that's like the last major game I can think of that he would have been in and voiced. Because despite the fact that
But
like he appears in all the mobile games, none of the mobile games have any sort of voice acting or anything.
Hmm.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's the game where all the current cast, voice cast came from.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, even Cindy Robinson, whose Amy was drastically different then than it is now.
but I personally have barely played that game because
it's bad.
Yeah,
it's physically painful to play.
It's bad.
Like
like if you're facing right and you need to turn left, you cannot turn left unless you really dip your back and
The
bend it
Kinect
halfway, like you're like you're having an exorcism.
the Kinect as a device was never as good as it was pitched to be, and games that attempted to
No,
make use of it, unless they really, really fudged the motion tracking, really did not work very well.
yeah, like and what's kind of wild is that it worked decently at when I got to try it out at PAX, but I'm guessing that that's because it was in like a super controlled environment. But ultimately, the big issue with Kinect is that they stripped out the hardware that was supposed to boost its motion capture capabilities. And so, like games like Sonic Free Riders, they just were not fun to play. Like they were a
good
bad
soundtrack
idea.
though. I'll give it that. Had a really nice soundtrack.
I really need to check out that fan modded version. But in any
Yeah,
case, I like the new Jet. Sorry, I like the Jet voice.
it
It's
is
nicer.
it is absolutely better than the GameCube prior
It's
ones
better
had.
than
Sloppy.
this one.
Yes, like
It has been weird seeing so many people be nostalgic over that voice because it is like Jason Griffith's Sonic, but they shoved a chicken down his throat.
yeah,
He sounds like the bird lady from Kids in the Hall. That's what it sounds like.
yeah, it's just
Maybe he's Sky for life.
it's the problem. It's just Jason Griffith's Sonic voice with extra effects on it. It's like I can understand maybe having nostalgia for that, but to suggest that that's somehow like a better voice seems insane to me.
Jakks, you know that that people confuse nostalgia with a thing being good all of the time.
I understand
Yep.
that, but like that's a level of self-delusion I can't even fathom. Like like Scratch from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog has a better voice than that.
Yes, like it sounds like a voice that they like spent some time figuring out and crafting. Like, okay, we're gonna find the right amount of chickenish and cartooninish without being physically painful to hear.
like the thing you want with Jet, now that we've had to sit and live with Jet and try to accept that he's a thing that isn't going away, um it is the fact that like Jet just needs to be, we just need to understand and accept that Jet is not cool. He is Dan from Street Fighter. He is this weird loser character that is very good at what he does, but is still a weird loser character. Like he needs to be, he
Yes.
needs to be selling you his mixtape out the back of his car after nobody comes to his improv night.
I've seen people try to tell me try to say that he's like supposed to be cool or something. I'm all like, no. This
No,
this guy is
he's a dork.
lame. Like even IDW knows this now.
Yeah, like Jet,
Like
do you want to try to argue that Fang is somehow like this big cool dangerous guy? He's like, no,
no.
he's a dopey loser who, can still be threatening at times. It's not bad at what he does, but he also lives in a world of superheroes. And it's like, well, he's not getting through this. He's like
But yeah, he's not. He's a sports guy. He's Sonic's sports rival. That's what he's there for. He's not supposed to be a big hero or anything.
Like he is not an angsty Birdman. Like he's nowhere close to that. But anyway, like but the modern voice, it's fine. You know, like maybe it's a little high pitched, but it's at least a voice.
yeah.
It's a regular voice that can be used to emote and doesn't sound like a bad 4Kids impression.
He sounds like he has an identity. And you couldn't say
Yes.
that about the original because unfortunately, like, Jason Griffith does not have that much range that he has ever shown, and that is a
Yeah, and I feel
situation
so
where
I feel kind of bad saying that. Like I've heard
look,
him a lot, and I've never thought his performances were very good. I know he seems like a very nice guy, and I
yeah,
don't like being mean in that
this is
sense. But it
this
does
is not an argue this is not a criticism of him as a person. I am sure
no, it's not
he loves
just
what he
the voice
does.
acting.
He seems like he is a cool guy, and working in an environment like 4Kids production voice acting has to be extremely hectic and extremely demanding for what is probably undervalued pay. Uh, but it is also not a particularly good output whenever he is being asked to do four different characters throughout the series. Like, I'm gonna sit here and tell you, like, hey, I may like our current our current version of Eggman, but there is no circumstance in which that voice actor should have been doing a Latino woman. There is no world where
Hey, I
that was
forgot.
okay.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like 4Kids love just having white people doing random accents.
Yeah, they sure did. That certainly wasn't okay. It was even less okay with what was it, Mr. Tanaka?
Mr. Tanaka, yes. God.
I have to look up who did his voice, but I think I need to know so I can be mad about it.
I'm sure it is one of 4Kids like 5 white voice actors.
Yeah.
Because they had a fairly small cast from what I can
Oh,
recall.
every 4Kids one has a very small cast. Darren Dunstan, who probably has done other voices for them. He was the voice of
Okay,
Splinter
fairness.
in their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Oh,
that
so he has done multiple Asian impersonations.
yeah.
Oh boy.
But on the positive side, he also did Boko. So that's something.
All right. Okay. But like for me, Jason Griffith's best performance for Sonic will always be Shadow because he did a pretty decent impression of the original voice actor, I think.
I have no complaints about his Shadow. I have no compliments about his Shadow, but I have no complaints about his Shadow.
His Sonic improved during Sonic Unleashed. He's able to emote a lot better, but that was his last project with him.
And Black
when he was
Knight.
starting to get good.
Like there's certainly an argument to be made that, hey, Unleashed was probably after 4Kids was dead, if I'm trying to remember the timeline correctly. And
Well,
there's
that
I
a
believe
after
it
Sonic
was.
X was dead, at least.
Yeah, Sonic
and
X is
it probably says something about the voice direction he was given across that, but also
But
like
also, like I would say, he improved the least out of the
yeah.
entire cast.
like of that previous cast, I think MVP is probably Amy's voice actress. Like that she is an anime voice actress. I forget her name at the moment, but she is an anime voice actress I've heard in other things, and I of the voices of Amy, I think she is very good at what she did for that character
Yeah.
and that role, even though I do not care for that interpretation of Amy. Uh However, I don't know. I think the current voice is at least coming into her own a bit better than at the beginning.
I would say that by and large, all of the current voices are like proper, like
Yeah.
cartoon voices now. Like they
They,
all have decent. They all have. They're
they,
all pretty good at what they're doing. They generally have decent direction, although sometimes they do not. um.
yeah.
So like, yeah, I think that Sonic voice acting is in the best place it's been since like Sonic voice acting became a thing.
They have people now with a lot more, we'll say, experience outside of just the anime scene, and specifically like the early anime scene. And I think that says a lot.
So we went a little off track. Shiggs, you have anything else to add?
about it. I mean, we did go off track. Like I said,
Um,
I like Jet's voice this time around too.
so in
Even though it's the
addition
same
to
voice
all
we heard like 12 years ago.
in addition to all of this, Sega also launched its new Racing Around the World campaign. Um, which is basically like their new brand campaign, like Fearless Year of Shadow, and to a lesser extent that Friends Forever thing
What about
from
Year of Luigi? When are they going to do Year of Luigi?
um well, never, because Luigi's lame, but they might do a
Yeah,
year of
so is
a
Shadow,
year
and
of
he got a
chaos.
year.
No, Shadow's cool. You see, Shadow is fearless. Luigi is fearful.
Yes, but
Like
that's what makes Luigi
they don't have to call
relatable.
it the fearful year of Luigi, and that would be lame.
But that makes Luigi much more relatable, especially in 2025 when I'm scared S-less, just continuously based on current events.
Well, do you want to relate to a character, or do you want them to be cool?
I want to relate to a character.
That's because you're a filthy adult. But anyway, so this new brand campaign is going to have a bunch of merchandise, of course, as these things always do.
You can
And
get
the
your
very
Amazon print-on-demand T-shirt if you want.
yeah,
Yep.
the
And there's
very
several
first
different
thing they
designs there.
like you say.
So there's several different designs if you get it on off Amazon. I
One
gave
of
you
those
guys a picture
designs,
to show.
one of those designs has Blaze and Eggman on it. So like
Yeah, that's my shirt.
really? Okay, I thought
Yeah.
that you got the one with the newer renders. Did you
No,
want to
that
like?
one.
you want to like show us that picture or what? I don't know
I
if
gave it
GX
to you
can
guys.
facilitate that. What?
It's on the Twitch channel.
All right.
The
Well,
Discord.
GX, if
the
you want to,
Discord. Sorry,
if you want to, you can bring that up.
I don't know how to bring it up here.
Well,
GX can.
Well,
GX would have
no,
to.
you don't control the overlay. I'm controlling the overlay, my dude. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
I don't know how to do that.
Am
That's
I
why
am I putting a photo up on the overlay? Is what you're asking of me?
Yes, and
Okay.
you can. I know it's a picture of me, but
Okay,
you
fine.
can't see half my face anyway.
There. Scratch.
But anyway, so we got this really cheap merchandise that just like takes the brand new render and brand new renders and the new logo and just like sticks on a bunch of things like shirts and phone cases and stuff. But in addition to that, we're
Price is
also going to be
shrinking, and I'm
getting
a lot wider than that.
all of these other tie-ins. We're going to be getting tie-ins with other games like that Asphalt game we mentioned earlier. That is the first tie-in that they announced for this.
Yeah.
They released a new video announcing the tie-in that also revealed this new rally car. I guess that also has also has some Red Bull advertising
So
on
if
it.
you are really into Red Bull's racing stuff, you can go see a car that has a Sonic on it.
Maybe. Like, I don't think that's nearly as cool as the Shadow Bike, but
there was certainly more effort put into the Shadow Bike than there was into how to put together the graphics for this car.
Yeah. Although, I don't know, they did put some CG into the trailer, which I was not expecting.
The CG was surprising because it's not like stock CG from Sonic stuff. They apparently made animations for this. Fresh animations.
While keeping Sonic in a guy in a costume pretending to run.
Personally thought
they have 3D animation for everything else.
But yeah, so like the for whatever reason they had production values in this. Let's see. So like we will be getting a bunch of tie-ins to Sonic mobile games. So like
beautiful.
Upcoming mobile events, racing inspired partnerships, and also merchandise and much more.
And of course, the racing thing was to help promote CrossWorlds, which is their big game this year.
Okay, so
I originally thought that game was coming out like spring or summer because of the beta, but it's obvious now that's probably going to be fall.
When are we getting the Paramount film this year of Sonic as a car racer?
Right.
Starring Danica Patrick?
Not anymore, no. Danica's gone down a very interesting political path, we'll say.
Yeah, I've heard she went from failed F1 racer to that stuff. So.
Yeah. She sure did.
Is this why Zad's your favorite Sonic character now?
Zaz is one of my favorite Sonic characters because number one, he has the Waluigi effect to him where he's just obnoxious and weird, but then it kind of solidified it by the fact that you see him a million times if you play Sonic Dash enough.
Yeah.
Like he's persistent in his presence just because they only put 2 bosses into that game and one of them is him.
Oh God, Zaz is our Waluigi.
He is our Waluigi.
Oh my
God. He's the obnoxious weirdo. Put him in more games.
So to quote a bit from the Sega vice president of Sega brand marketing, our partnership with Red Bull delivers a thrilling stunt racing film that brings key elements from the Sonic universe to life for fans worldwide. We hope it brings fans together and allows them to experience the excitement of the Sonic racing universe like never before.
We hope your advertisement brings people together. Perfect. That's if you're a brand manager, that's I suppose that is I want to complain But that's also like that's his literal job, is to make up things that sound like they could be things but absolutely aren't.
Yeah, vice president brand manager.
That is literally I am mad about it, but that is literally his job. So
Sega has teamed up with Red Bull and their globally renowned high-speed stunt driver Brandon Semenuk, a three-time American Rally Association national champion and five-time Red Bull Rampage champion, and the first person
he
ever
is the
to
Red
claim
Bull Rampage champion. Really?
five Rampage victories.
That that
Among
that fantastic and illustrious title that we've all definitely
among
heard of before.
Yes, I am well aware of the Red Bull Rampage Championship, among numerous other acclaimed achievements. So I guess that was one of the guys in the car, Brandon Semenuk. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
What, you don't know the
But
champion of Red Bull Rampage?
um, so we could probably expect us to get some sort of Sonic Rumble tie-in at some point, presumably after the global launch, because doing this before the global launch would be very weird.
I don't
You want to
know.
give
That
it
would
your
also
Red Bull.
be very on brand at this point.
Yeah, get you a Red Bull power up, and the the characters suddenly get wings and start flying around.
Oh yeah, I made that joke on social media with Shadow and his Doom Wings. Shadow on Red Bull. GX was not a fan.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so moving on from that. This was a story that I was following rather closely and covered. Spent like a whole day following and covering after it became clear that something was imminently going to happen. Um, there was a fundraiser held by Video Game Preservation Museum and Obscure Gamers to secure more than 300 Sega prototype games. Um, it succeeded. It was a fundraiser of 5K, uh, which was just meant to like as a down payment to secure all 300 cartridges. They're gonna have to like raise another $55,000 to get everything. But what was interesting about this was that basically like Sega of Europe sent a whole bunch of prototype cartridges to UK E-Waste, and they ended up getting sold off to somebody, and they almost got dumped. Like the people from Video Game Preservation Museum almost talked the seller into dumping them before selling them, but then some collector came in and said, "Oh,
Oh,
actually, that
freaking
could lower the value
collectors.
of your games."
Freaking collectors.
Yes, I know. I've really grown to hate collectors, even though I am technically one of
Open the
them. I
packaging
mean,
of your action figures, people. Don't let them win.
yep. Like and so this basically forced the video game preservation community to negotiate with the seller, and eventually come to this agreement for a down payment, followed by like payment installments for cartridge batches. And the most exciting thing that we're aware of right now is a DS version of Rhythm Thief, which has
That's
never been
crazy.
seen in motion.
Yeah.
Yes. I had no idea this existed, and I'm a huge Rhythm Thief fan.
It certainly suggests that that thing was probably in development for a lot longer than you'd expect. I'm trying to think of where it came out relative to 3DS launch.
Well, I know I played it at E3. I think it would have been 20. I think. Oh yeah, it was at the same time as Shinobi. I think 2012.
It was released
No,
in
no,
20
2013.
No, you were right. It was released in 2012.
Okay, so I'm okay. Um, but that was when Sega was doing some pretty interesting projects in the 3DS, including
Relative to
Shinobi 3D.
that and the okay, so the 3DS was came out in 2011, so there's a good chance that like that's that's a year between the launch of one to the launch of the other, so it's definitely very believable that they at the very least, had some overlap between like, hey, we're at least prototyping this other
Yeah.
this other version on this other thing to at least get a sense of like, and what type of game are we trying to make here?
And I'm really looking forward to seeing that game in action and seeing like what music they had
do,
running on the DS and stuff.
do we know
But
it has the original Sonic Rush E3 demo? The
do you
one
mean the Sonic DS demo from 2005?
Yeah.
I played that a long, long time ago.
Yeah, yes, you did. But we don't know if they have that. I have my fingers crossed. Like, if it seems like it's at least possible because this is there's a lot of E3 demos in this. Like, I know that the Sonic Colors E3 demo is in there. We've got Mario and Sonic. We've got Sonic Generations, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Like,
Oh, getting to see
lots of DS games.
getting to see an early version of Sonic Chronicles would be fascinating, given the state that thing came out in.
Oh yeah, Sonic Chronicles was one of the ones that was confirmed for that.
I
So
wonder if it
fingers crossed.
I wonder if it has the pre-swapped music.
God, I
That would be
hope
amazing.
so. Yeah. Well, it's like over 300 cartridges in various states from like right before release to demos. So we'll just have to see. Um, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what becomes of this. And at the very least, the Rhythm Thief thing will be interesting.
Oh,
I
for sure.
personally did give some money to the initial fundraiser, which met its goal in like just a few hours. So I think that they won't have any issues raising the rest of the money over the next few months. Um. So, Shakes, you have anything to add to that?
I just think that would be absolutely cool to see some of these early stuff. Like even the Sonic demo from E3 wasn't really a Sonic Rush demo. It was just them
Yeah,
showing off the capabilities of the DS, which was just about to come out at that time.
And that's what makes it so exciting to me.
Yeah,
I
it
really
was
be
basically just
hoping.
a broad proof of concept of things that you could do with the DS. And
Right.
effectively, like, hey, the game, if you want to experience the gameplay of it, like, just find a DS copy of New International Track and Field. It's the same thing, but with Konami characters.
But like for me, it's just like
But yeah.
it had all these high quality 3D models in a 3D environment, and the most we've ever had in terms of footage was just like some off screen standard definition footage.
Yeah,
Like it'd be something to actually get like a direct capture of that or an
absolutely.
emulator. Um, so moving on to another cool development. Sonic the Fighters got decompiled into assembly a few days ago. Um,
Nice.
yeah, this is the first step to like a full-on decompilation and eventual PC port, and like the plans that they have for this sound really cool because like they want to eventually like use this as a way to decompile like all of AM2's Model 2 fighters, which would be amazing. Um,
There are a handful of them.
yeah. Um, and for Sonic the Fire specifically, like once a game is decompiled, like you can do some pretty cool stuff with it if you want to. Like I can only imagine the kind of like modding projects that could come from something like this.
I could have totally Huddy the cat to Blaze the cat and all those kind of things.
It's the kind of thing where I am wondering what language they might be aiming for with it if they just plan on keeping it as assembly, but just have it be,
I think they
assembly
said something about
formatted.
C++ or something.
Oh, C++ would make a lot of sense then. Yeah, that's a language that would make a lot of sense to get to if you're going through assembly. But I think that's what a lot of the N64 decompiles tend to go into. Uh, that you can kind of make your adjustments from there and then recompile it for other platforms to run in other ways.
But what I'm really looking forward to, if this thing if this thing gets done, is the Dreamcast community has been very good about porting decompiled games lately, and it would be insane to get some high quality Model 2 ports on the Dreamcast.
I just
I
learned.
would love to
I
have
just
Sonic the Fires on that thing.
I just like having this be available in a way that isn't just within a Yakuza game, because I still do not like that Sega decided to unrelease a lot of their retro games, including several
Yeah.
that are not available in any other format and have not given any, despite theorizing as like, well, maybe they will announce something at the Game Awards, and then they did not announce anything, and they still have not announced anything, and it's very unclear why, as they are making this retro push in other games and platforms, why we do not have any of these things back in some other format.
And again, it's kind of insane that like we don't just have compilations of all the Yakuza games just in a thing.
Like,
Like it's already there.
I pitched this before, I will pitch it again. Just make me a Yakuza game that is entirely built out of classic Sega arcades, and just give me an environment, give me a Kamurocho to run through as whichever protagonist, or every protagonist, it doesn't matter, but every building's an arcade, and it's filled with old Sega games.
And every now and then you need to like brawl with a bunch of old Sega characters.
Give me Ichiban's Ultimate Genesis Collection, in the same way that you needed to put Sonic in the name over on the 360.
I'm not sure he has the same brain recognition as Sonic.
Probably not, but it's the only team who's doing this retro stuff right now.
Right. And do you think there's a chance the Switch 2 might see a DS on their virtual console now that they have like mouse controls?
I
Or do
don't
you
think it's
that's still
impossible.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, mouse controls could make it possible now.
Like we still need the Sonic GBA games on literally anything.
That's
Like,
true. That's very true.
Yeah. Like I'm that theory that THQ had some sort of rights over it, and that like they just got sent over to Nordic or something after THQ died. Like that is feeling more right the longer we wait for these games to make some sort of appearance on new hardware.
I mean, who
But
knows?
then again, Sega can be pretty bad about releasing old Sonic games on new stuff. So
Well, we
I
keep
don't know.
like, their choices are so weird. It's like we're getting another re-release of the old Game Gear games. Like, sure, they are not otherwise available on current platforms, but like, GBA emulation is pretty well solved. Like, it wouldn't be hard to do.
Put them on NSO, Sega.
Yeah, NSO, like, make a good collection. Like, there are definitely, I would say, even if you do a collection like a Sonic Rush collection, you probably could very reasonably do. I'm trying to think. You could do Sonic Rush on Switch. That seems doable. You could probably do it on PC as well. Obviously, it's like, once you get into PlayStation, that gets a little bit more hazy. PlayStation does have a touchpad, but it's certainly not the way that you would want to. But
What I've been kind of wondering is whether or not Nintendo could like have it so that they could like send a signal from the Switch to your phone, and let your phone act as a second screen and a touchscreen for DS NSO.
So, interesting thing on that note, and I'm looking this up right now, but apparently I think people have been able to crack some of the Wii U emulators have been able to use hey, a phone or a Steam Deck to use as your Wii U gamepad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up the news. It's been recently reported. Here we are, over on Time Extension. You can use your Steam Deck smartphone or Nintendo Switch as a Wii U gamepad replacement. And I'm trying to think of how you actually sync to this, but yeah, it's an open, I guess, an open source Wii U gamepad emulator or something. So yeah, I mean it's not completely out of the possibility of reality. I think it's probably asking a lot to have that work for like a PlayStation or an Xbox. I feel like those platform holders would tell you, no, you can't do that. No, you can't have this phone connected
what I'm just
to our
thinking
system.
is that Nintendo does DS NSO, sells a special DS phone controller thingy, like the backbone, that you can just stick on your phone.
Hell, my dude, you the Switch has the Wii U technology in it that you can blast the image to the video feed to other screens. You could, in theory, probably have something shooting to the TV and then something shooting to another Switch so that you could.
Or that.
Yeah.
Your phone
Well, they're
is
already doing that with this
yes,
game share kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like who knows? There could be multiple configurations for how this would work. For Nintendo DS emulation through NSO. I don't know what they will be willing to do because it gets weird the more you start to add to things, but certainly a Switch and Switch 2 configuration would be nice in the same way that Wii U supported DS emulation.
Lord knows I'm still going to have an extra Switch line around once I have my Switch 2 in hand.
Yeah, me too. I don't intend to get rid of mine quite yet. Cool.
Same here.
None of that has anything to do with Sonic the Fighters.
Oh, wow. We really went off topic that time. So moving on to merch news. We got yet more Jakks specific leaks. This time of the Sonic Superstars variety. We got a 2.5-inch maskless trip, which, if I ever see this thing in a store, I will definitely buy it. But of course, seeing it in the store is the trick.
No,
yeah,
it's trip. It's not trick. It's trip.
Okay.
Yeah. Jakks Specific is too busy pushing Sonic figures in the Sonic line and pretty much hardly anybody else.
Honestly, I'm barely even seeing Sonic figures these days. It's mostly been the movie characters.
Yeah.
I see the Sonic figures, but I barely even see regular Game Knuckles or Game Shadow or Game Tails even. It's just a whole ton of Game Sonic, either regular or classic. It's
unfortunate because I have strangely entered the market for getting a classic style Tails.
I will say one thing. I'm talking mainly about the 4-inch. If you go to any Walmart and go to their little, cashier place and you want a 2-inch figure of other stuff other than Sonic, they got a lot of characters there. In the 2-inch line, it's just the 4-inch line.
Yeah, those little boxes.
It's so weird. It's the 4-inch line that's so obsessed with just Sonic, where the 2-inch line you can get a variety of people.
You were saying GX?
Yeah, sorry. I have entered.
No, don't say sorry.
I have entered the market of wanting to find one of the, I'm assuming 2.5-inch classic Tails, just so that I can put together a shelf display where I have my Death Egg. I have my Eggman robot. I have my what is it? Silver Sonic that they call that version of Metal Sonic from Sonic 2?
Mecha Sonic.
Yeah, whatever. Um, I I just need the tornado, and I have a Sonic. I have a Sonic of that scale, but I need a Tails to pilot the tornado, and I could finally have my Sonic 2 end scene.
Well, GX, one of the leaked figures is a 2.5-inch Tails.
But it's not the one I would need.
But he's wearing a red Santa hat.
Well, he's wearing a red Santa hat, but then there's also one that's just like a voxel style. That's certainly not what I need.
They do have some 2.5-inch pixel 3-packs of Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, which I have zero interest in because just like the Lego stuff, they're ugly as sin.
They're okay. They're fine. Like,
actually, to be honest, I kind of like them. I think I like their design. That's just me.
I do kind of like the look of the Cyber Station Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. They're a little less pixelated, but
that's what it looks like to me. The Cyber Station from like Sonic Origins or whatever, not Sonic Oranges, the Superstars.
I love Sonic Oranges.
I'm sorry. Apparently, I prefer the Tomy pixel reprints that Phelan called lazy. So I guess I have no taste.
Oh yeah, those ones down below are it's just their eyes.
Yeah,
that's a terrible one.
Oh, it's just their eyes. I thought they were pixelated all over.
Or their bellies. It's the paint. It's just their painting.
Yeah,
they paint them with the thing, and it's kind of a lazy compared to what we see above.
It's not an actual pixel style. It's just that they added pixel painting, which I'm not going to call lazy, but I am going to say, well, they've reused molds. Like it's just an alternate take on molds.
Yeah.
So.
And we're also getting a 4-inch Pecky, like the giant fat one from Superstars, which I know this isn't the first time that they've done something with the flicky animals, but this is the first time we've gotten a big figure of one of them. Is there really a market for these things?
Well, they're only going to make 2 of them, so yes.
True.
The collector, the 5 collectors will have to fight to the death over getting the giant penguin.
Why can't we have this kind of merchandise?
Bring the ladies over and say, check out my 4-inch Pecky.
Why can't we have this kind of merchandise a decade ago?
I mean, the problem is we still don't have it now because it's like...
It theoretically exists, at least. Theoretically. Like,
well, it doesn't practically exist, though. I can't go out and buy the... oh, geez, what...
Tangle? I've gone to Walmart a dozen times just... Well, one for Superman figures, but also for Tangle, and I've never seen her once.
Same.
Whenever I go to Walmart, I go over to the toy section to look for Tangle and those 2 new SEGA figures, and still gets the movie stuff.
Yeah, my brother just they only got the Silver Virus Sonic off of eBay. That's the only way to get him.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you could get them off of eBay, although you might have to spend like $100.
I'm not spending.
I'm assuming your brother didn't spend that much.
No.
Like you say, GX.
Like I said, it doesn't practically exist. Like, we still don't. we have know. I will say this much. There are other cool things that are actually accessible these days.
Yeah, mostly like the play sets. Like the one I'm about to talk about, the Hammer Egg Robot.
Yeah, they got some great play sets that are just regularly available in Target.
Yeah, and that's why I always recommend the 2-inch line. 2-inch line, you get a lot more figures available, and all the play sets are compatible. So it's usually the better way to go.
But we also got our first good look at the Egg Hammer robot, which does look pretty neat, as their playsets often do.
It falls apart as their playsets often do and are designed to.
Like, okay. At least they're designed to.
No, all the major Eggman stuff actually does have like fall apart action. Like The Death Egg robot, you can launch Sonic at it multiple times, and then its arms and legs fall off. The Eggman hovercraft thing, like if you hit the windscreen on it, it loses its attached components, and then can shoot Eggman out of it, or at least pop him up a little bit. Like they made them into proper toys. They are not just display pieces, despite what I'm doing with them.
And finally, like I alluded to earlier, we are getting some winter variants of Sonic Tails. And also a Purple Knuckles for some reason, which Phelan connects to something called Soras the Echidna, which I've never heard of, but I'm assuming that that's some core memory to some young Sonic
I
fan
don't know.
out there.
I don't know most of the things that the people in our community reference social media stuff is like. It's the real time dub. It's the real time dub thing. Remember the real time? It's like no, I'm out here watching other creators that aren't necessarily Sonic creators.
So going off topic again, but speaking of things that like are inexplicably popular in the fandom, even though I have no idea. I recently saw that like Big Mouth, the show, had some sort of Sonic reference.
Wait, please
and
help me. Please help me. What the frick is that show? Like it looks.
I've never seen it.
Okay, it looks like I have. Before you tell me the answer, I have one of 3 possible guesses. Guess number 1 is it's an animated show that Fox cancels after 2 seasons. Prediction number 2 is that it's a Comedy Central show that gets canceled after 2 seasons. Or possibility number 3, it's an Apple TV series that gets canceled after 1 season.
Wow, you were wrong, man.
Really?
Okay, anyway.
Dear God, where is it from then?
Is a long-running, infamous Netflix comedy cartoon.
What the hell are you talking about? No, it isn't.
It ran for 8 seasons.
Don't you lie to me? Ended. Don't you lie to me? No, it isn't.
It has 81 episodes.
Why?
It started in 2017.
It looks awful.
Yes, that's what makes it infamous. Like every time a Netflix cancels a cartoon, people on social media will spend the next week complaining about how this show is getting renewed again.
What?
But it's like,
is it doing stupidly good numbers?
I kind of faded off for a sec. Are you guys talking about that horrible Big Mouth?
Yes.
I just knew it just from the way you were talking about it.
It looks like something that Comedy Central is desperately trying to push by putting after South Park, the worst slot that you could probably give it.
So it is about a bunch of
Fox cartoons that only last a season, except Crapopolis is for some reason on its 3rd season.
So it is about it is about some kids going through puberty, and that is all I'm aware of. It's like about like high school or middle school kids or something. And
okay.
It is very adult and inappropriate and all that stuff. And it has 2 spin-offs. One that is focused on the
No, you are lying to me at this point. Patently, what are you talking about?
There's one spin-off that started in 2021 called Human Resources, which is about the demons, which are apparently like a fairly like popular group of characters in the show. And there's another one that is coming soon that is called Mating Season, and it takes place in the Big Mouth universe, and it is about anthropomorphic animals breeding in nature.
Okay.
The silence.
Okay. I mean, I don't share the. Let me put it this way: I don't share the continued sustained love of Family Guy that still seems to persist. I kind of went to Simpsons and then Futurama, and then skip directly to Bob's Burgers. But so maybe I am
Bob's
just.
Burgers is a show I've kind of gotten into.
Oh, Bob's Burgers is
recently.
fantastic.
Yes.
But
Yes.
like,
Right north too.
I guess I don't know. I'm wondering if it like everything I see about that is like, yeah, this is the edgy shock value crap. It is like, yeah, I also went to a South Park phase and then I grew up. I don't know.
I never liked South Park. It was just too crude for me. Oddly enough, I do like videos that are like going over South Park, like about them, because I can. So like, okay, I can like hear about South Park and like its cultural impact and stuff without having to watch the show. I'm okay with that.
I had a weird
relationship
with South Park. I like
this.
Yeah, I was. I was straight edge as F when I was like a teenager. Like Aqua Teen Hunger Force was too spicy for me as a teenager, and I dramatically shifted.
I was able to watch it to a degree, but I've never loved Aqua Teen Thunder Force. It just often got too dark and gross for me. But anyway,
go ahead.
So
you're desperately trying to get us back on track. Go ahead.
This was supposed to be a very brief detour, and then you got me all going about Big Mouth. But anyway, so I decided
about this
to
fake
look up
cartoon
Big
that
Mouth,
definitely doesn't exist.
Big Mouth Sonic on YouTube. And what I discovered was this whole new side of Sonic stuff that I've never heard of before, called Shin Sonic, which is like this weird horror movie thing of Sonic being a giant monster with like this massive mouth and these like gums and teeth and stuff, and it is just so freaking weird.
Is
but
this
like
a creepypasta
multiple people
thing?
have. What?
Is this a
I guess?
thing?
I guess it's a creepypasta thing. I only watched one.
Are weird.
But I took a picture. Eventually, I'm gonna like put it up on Sonic Stadium's YouTube or whatever.
Why?
But I sent it to you
Why?
just so that you can see it.
Why did you send this to me?
But it's like, and there are like multiple people making videos about this thing. And so like, I get it's like the next iteration of Sonic EX.exe or something.
Yes, I don't know. Like I get it. I get it once. Like I can understand if the original thing of the thing is funny, but you know how I am with the proliferation of memes and how memes eventually just eat themselves from inside out until the original context doesn't matter and it's just an icon in of itself that has no actual meaning or value, but people still think it's hilarious.
I'm just amazed that like I cover Sonic. I see Sonic stuff all the freaking time. I've never heard of this until now. Like there's just like entire parts of the fandom that I don't never see and never want to see, but it's out there. Anyway, moving on. Maria's getting a plush, and I want it. Honestly like. A part of me's a little surprised that she's never really gotten merch before, but I guess she is just like Shadow's dead surrogate sister, so like they've never had much of a reason to try to sell her before.
It feels like this is coming out like 6 months late.
Yeah, I guess, but it's a cool little piece of merchandise. It's like Shadow and Maria like hold hands with magnets, apparently.
Sure, and, it just feels like this should be coming out alongside the movie or something, or Sonic X Shadow Generations. It makes me wonder, like, what
these sorts of things do tend to have a long tail with kids. Like, once the kid is like a fan of the movie, they will often stick with that stuff for a while.
Sure, but also I don't know if that kid's gonna have easy access to like kid robot toys, like. That's
true.
That's some higher end nerd stuff. But it's weird. I'll give it that. I don't. I don't really have an infatuation with putting Maria in things. She is a character that existed to die so that a character could have motivation. Like they have softened aspects of that, but by and large, like I still take issue with some of the ways that the fan base approaches her, but at the same time, like she existed to be fridged so that Shadow could be mad and sad. I don't know.
I wonder if we're going to get any Professor Gerald merchandise.
Have him hold hands with Shadow. That'd be great. You can even have it be the Jim Carrey version. I would be fine with that. Give me the Jim Carrey plush.
No.
Yes.
If it's going to be Jim Carrey, we need him to hold hands with Dr. Robotnik.
It can be both. They can all have magnets.
No, it has to be other Robotnik.
The magnets are an open source product.
Shiggs, you have anything to add?
No, I'm not really interested in this whatsoever.
All right. So moving on to Chao Tales. That thing ended, and thankfully, they released it in the proper original widescreen version, so that we actually like watch it like it was originally produced.
Remember how whenever you watched it and you were like, it's weird that it's shot in portrait, that like it looks like it was drawn in a way that would support like a full widescreen view. Turns out, yeah, it's because they made it in a standard animation format and then just cropped it.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious that like they were cutting stuff off. But it looks a lot nicer in proper widescreen. I'm glad. I figured that we'd have to wait a week, but nope. Just like an hour after the final episode dropped, this got released. And we did get our finale, which had Dr. Robotnik attacking the Chao Garden, and the shy eggshell wearing Chao becoming Sonic Chao and helping Shadow Chao and Sonic defeat
Doing
Dr.
a little Dragon Ball Z power up there.
Yeah, I appreciate the effect that effect for their evolution. Like, in addition to this being cute, which this was cute, this is an entertaining little thing to watch, and even over 8 minutes, I did not get bored because again these are all very brisk. But I did appreciate like seeing certain aspects of the Chao animated for the first time, and including the evolution, which I always imagined that like being basically how it was presented in the games, which was just like this weird transparent eggshelly type thing. But no, now it's like a ball of Dragon Ball energy.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, they certainly looked at like, hey, how does this mechanically work? How can we represent that in a more animated sequence? I think the ways in which they made Shadow Chao we'll say
antagonist,
protagonist / antagonist, like the main character, but antagonist.
Like he tries to be a troublemaker, but then he ends up being foiled by his own hubris, and then he like learns a lesson.
I think it's cute and entertaining, and I think it the thing I tend to harp on is like you can make Shadow an interesting, funny character and entertaining in ways that they haven't by, not having him not taking him deathly seriously. And I think like it's a good portrayal of like, this is kind of how you do that. Like, obviously it's
it's Shadow Chao, except Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow's not allowed to be those things.
He should be. But yeah, it's very cute. Hey, they made a nice short. It is truly a short of a short. Most of these like snippets,
it's a short of shorts,
are like less than a minute. Like some are extremely short. But
Yeah.
We watch shorts.
I was it was pretty neat though. In the full version, they like added little interstitials as they moved between the seasons, and like they had a tree like changing over the course of it, and so that was a nice little way of presenting that. Um, although I was wondering if they like might have some extra thing in the after credits, but no, nothing like that.
you want to know how the Chao cinematic universe continues? What they're going to be teasing for the next one?
I want to know how this ties into CrossWorlds.
Oh my god, Coco are coming.
Do the Chao like do the Chao like have to fight the Coco, or do they have to like commandeer a vehicle to get in the CrossWorlds DLC?
Oh, they're
Well, they did have their own vehicle last time.
I will say this about CrossWorlds. I did like that the Chao were just a vehicle in that, regardless of how people feel. It's like, well, that's not Team Rose, but like, it was very funny that Chao could be that, and more specifically, that everyone had vocal reactions to Chao doing all of the things.
Shigs, you got anything to add?
No, I'm actually rewatching it right now because I only watched them in the portrait mode, so it's nice seeing it in widescreen.
Oh yeah,
it's cute. It's doesn't really add much to anything unless they're gonna start adding Chao back into the games, sometime soon.
I've got to imagine that this is meant to be a prelude to them doing more with the Chao in the games, because like
just maybe giving them some attention so they can, when they use them down the road, they're more recognizable.
Yeah, because it's like they're in this. They play a big role in Sonic Rumble. They were in the recent movie. Like,
I mean, we're still
there's got to be something.
I mean, we're still like heavy into Sonic Adventure 2 nostalgia baiting right now. Like they're going real hard into that. I don't know if it means that we're going to get Chao game product, though there has been that rumored like mobile game that they might put out at some point.
That one guy who was right about everything because he had like some Sega document, was pretending to be a Japanese person.
Yeah.
Like they were the one that said that a Chao game is coming, so I expect that it is coming. But
Maybe
I kind of figured it'd be announced by now.
Well, I mean, it's the big question of like, hey, how many? Even if he did know or had access to such documentation, like, there's a good chance that not everything announced makes it to final product. Like, look how much time and effort they've been putting into just trying to get Sonic Rumble out. Like,
yeah,
like and combine that with the fact that like Netflix might be leaning out of games in the way that they weren't before. Like
that could have thrown off some plans.
They could very easily throw off some plans depending on like what kinds of relationships, because like Sega's willing to play ball with everyone who wants to pay them. Like if you have a service and you're looking for exclusive games, Sega's there to give you some degree of exclusive games.
Like, but like, if Netflix decides they don't want it, will they like have to sell it to Apple or what?
I mean, you either just like you decide like, hey, do you cancel this incomplete project if you don't think you have a good path to profitability for it? Do you redirect it to be like the biggest fear that I have is fear might be too strong because I don't think it would be for me anyway. Like a Chao game on mobile makes a whole lot of sense until you start thinking about how they would monetize it. Like
it makes a lot of sense if you think they're going to be predatory.
Oh yeah, like that's the problem is like, yeah, everyone seems to want the Chao game for mobile. It makes so much sense. And then you have to think about, okay, what are the ways that you make money from that? And all of them are unpleasant.
And you can see
Sell it to us
You
for
can see the dollar
$5.
signs on
Oh.
that, you know.
You
It's
have
gonna be a
described a dead
Tamagotchi
business model,
simulator.
Knuckles.
They'll have you pay for so many shortcuts, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So,
the buy an app for a set price is effectively dead. The marketplace
I
has said we
know.
don't want to pay for things except for microtransactions, in which case we will pay stupid amounts.
Well, that's what happened to Mario Run.
Yeah.
But I can dream.
I didn't realize Evan Stanley had a big
Oh yeah.
part
Yeah.
in this.
She
Yeah,
She
written,
designed the
directed.
character, she wrote it, she directed it.
Yeah, she with her joining the lore team as the primary lore artist, like I would expect to see a lot more things under her direction like a lot more front facing things under her direction to you know get cool things out for social media and well, mostly for social media I imagine, but yeah.
So, the next IDW arc has been announced, and it's sounding pretty interesting to me. We're getting some new characters, including a mysterious Jester character, and six of the Chaos Emeralds have gone missing, and Sonic and Tails are searching now for the seventh, which is like kind of been sort of the ongoing plot point since the last time Chaos Emeralds were used at the end of the Metal Virus arc. Which in and of itself kind of indicates that some big things are going to be happening in the comics soon. But and the hunt takes them to Sequin, a luxurious city that's in the midst of a massive carnival. Which that is that is something that has me interested, because one of my big complaints about IEW for a long time has been that the locations have been generic or shallow, and I've been happy with some of the places we've been going to lately. This feels like a proper place that they can like flesh out, because like with like, you know, some sort of culture and events and stuff. Now, maybe I am expecting too much, but I have been more happy with IEW lately, so one can hope. And they quickly discover that they're not alone, as Shadow and Rouge are searching for the final emerald as well. And apparently, Shadow and Rouge are going to be antagonistic in this arc.
Now that sounds fun. I like it better when they're antagonistic.
Yep. It's given how small Sonic's Rogues Gallery is, I'm always happy to get new villains, or to have some existing characters being a little antagonistic to the main cast. So like the Jester character, like he looks neat. He's I think he looks like he might be some kind of, I don't know, beaver or something. He's got like this big round tail.
It looks like there's two of them. Like there's one in the crown near Sonic, and then there's the other one.
Yeah, I'm genuinely not sure if that other character is like meant to be a member, another new character or not. But like he is looking at the cast, and he's the only other one with like a visible eye. So I guess he might be someone else. But like obviously I'm a Knights fan, so I'm always a fan of the Jester aesthetic. So at the very least, like from a design perspective, I'm digging this. But of course, it's all going to depend on what kind of story we're going to get out of it. But the city also, I guess, looks cool, and that's something IDW has been desperately needing for a long time.
That's true. Now,
What now?
oh, I was just gonna say, I'm just looking at it. Yeah, now it does look pretty interesting on this little world they got back here. But now we also got a Chaotix 30th anniversary special coming up.
Yes, which we've known about for a little while, but what we didn't know was whether or not it was going to be modern or classic. And GX, I believe, was the one who said it's going to be modern, because
they haven't touched classic Chaotix like since Sonic the what would it be? It's Sonic the Fighters is the last classic Chaotix, or
And what would Charmy
yeah,
be in
it would
classic
be.
Chaotix? A toddler?
Although, like, technically they were also in Shenmue. So we could go that far. But yeah, like they basically haven't acknowledged the classic Chaotix since we got the new modern Chaotix, which
what happened to Vector to get him so ripped? Can't they tell us that story?
which like I am disappointed because I always dig I always appreciate another opportunity to have classic character stories. But because they get to have a different tone, they get to be lighter, they get to have a slightly different art style. But we are getting modern Chaotix here, which is fine. It's being written by the Scrapnik Island dude,
Okay, I'm
um,
here for that now.
Daniel Barnes, and
It's likely to come out before the Shadow special does.
Oh, at this point, probably like it's scheduled for August. I mean, unless that gets delayed too, because Sega doesn't have enough people to review the goddamn comics. Okay, but like so like the Chaotix is gonna be like recounting a case, and they are each going to be telling a segment of it, and for each Chaotix there's gonna be a different art style and artist. Which that does sound like a neat little premise, and a little more of a premise than what we've gotten from the last couple of anniversary comics. So at the very least, this will hopefully be a good comic, even if I don't get to see the classic Chaotix again. um, but guys, have anything to add to that?
No, it looks. Now I know who's writing it. I'm looking forward to it quite a bit more.
I mean, I'm generally not in the mood for more one shots, but like, you know what, like, the chaotic stuff in the comic has generally been pretty good. Like,
I like one shots when they're like anniversary things because they tend to be big.
Well, the Chaotix characters are very fun. You know, like they've got very good personalities that shine through very well, even if the story isn't doing much.
Well, it's also an issue of like the chaotics aren't just like superheroes in the way that the other characters are. Their stories aren't about we're going to go beat up a bunch of robots. They are usually about finding things or staking out or, being detectives.
Yeah.
In a way that everyone else is just like, I don't know, let's go beat up the Eggman robots. The city's full of robots. We need to stop the city from being full of robots.
Let's go smash stuff until the robots are all gone. And Vector's over here is worrying about rent.
Yeah.
And whatever currency they use.
Well, look, I like a Batman who is about being the world's greatest detective. I don't necessarily like a Batman who's about punching dudes all the time.
What about a Batman who is the world's greatest detective, but also is constantly trying to get enough money to get food?
That would be pretty good. Like that like if you're talking about a detective who is actually doing the detective work and can throw a punch and is continuously like down on his luck, that's a proper noir detective right there.
Oh, that is the Chaotix.
What a Batman who actually is Shadow the Hedgehog.
I bet he'll effortlessly defeat the Joker because unlike actual Batman, he's got superpowers.
Shadow, not the world's greatest detective.
No.
No.
Not by a long shot.
You can smash things good, and sometimes when you're a superhero, that's all you need.
Are we getting into comic talk?
Yeah, why not? I'm getting tired.
That.
I don't think I have the energy to fight you two on this one as much as I might have liked to.
I'm gonna be honest.
Late.
I kind of enjoyed this third one. It was it's the story's still weak, but it was kind of fun.
It is.
This is my favorite of the miniseries so far. It is it is just pure fun for me, and like it is still shallow, but it's shallow in a way that I can really enjoy.
I would
Uh,
say it would not, for me, like, it would fall flat on its face if not for the fact that the art is ridiculous and lavish. Like, this is the first time where I
well,
feel like they have sold me in any way on the actual divergence of the aesthetics.
well, it is Adam Bryce Thomas, and he is extremely good. um, but
It's
like,
expressive in a way that I don't think the prior ones were.
huh.
If you get it, if
um,
you understand what I mean by that.
I
Character
honestly
motion,
don't. I honestly don't think this was any. The others were any less expressive than that, but like I do feel like the writing uh, allows them to allows them to be a little more character-y instead of just plot dumping.
Yeah, it felt like less like superhero action drama thing and more silliness. They had more humor
Yeah,
in the episode than
like
any other.
just seeing the Sonic cast take down various DC villains should be silly, and it was. Like I really
I,
enjoyed.
like,
Like my favorite sequence in this is probably Knuckles in Metropolis trying to do Batman's job. Like Lex Luthor
well, I
has
mean,
that really good line
Superman's guy.
when he comes through, where
But
it's like as subtle as a train and as slower than a speeding bullet and
as
as
subtle
subtle
as
as
a
a locomotive.
locomotive.
Like yeah, that's Knuckles. Like he's probably like the most different
Oh,
and
yeah,
yet
compared to
this
his counterpart out
this
of all of
Lex
them.
Luthor is so dumb. He tells Knuckles that he's been watching him for weeks, and that I think so, or days, or I'm not sure which. And he goes, "I think that we could make a great team. I could help you out." And he says, "No." And he says, "What about? Do you have? Well, you're like Superman. Do you have his weakness?" And it shows the green, one of the green Chaos Emeralds, which thought it was kryptonite. So he's trying to poison Knuckles, which Knuckles doesn't realize. He just grabs it. Oh, thanks. We've
I
been
do
looking for you.
appreciate them
And
playing
I
up his
love.
gullibility
I,
to a degree
uh,
here, but
and
like
then I love
still,
that he flies off and then twists in the air and smashes through the window. Well, you're trying to poison me, but how can Lex, after watching him for weeks, think he's Kryptonian in any sort of way?
I mean, if I'm being honest, this does seem like a goofier version of Lex Luthor.
Yeah, this is like the
Everyone
Super
is like
Friends
the
Lex Luthor.
Joker. The Joker is like, look at the weird lankiness of the Joker, and just the, like I said, it's very expressive. It's very exaggerated, and if you're gonna
Yes.
do that, like, it being exaggerated is probably like a good way to put it, because like if you're going to have the weird cartoony animal characters fighting, then having the weird
Humans be characters
exaggerated
cartoony.
villain characters makes a fair bit of sense. At least, like,
As I
Yeah.
understand it, like the DC fans are really happy with Joker's portrayal.
oh yeah, Joker
Like they
looks
said,
great
no,
in
this
that.
is the first time Joker has done clown stuff in years.
Really, I don't follow modern DC, but like it to me, I look at that and I feel like it feels like in the world itself, in some of the choices that they opted to make, it definitely feels like they leaned closer to an animated series Justice League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
definitely like animated series Justice League, animated series Teen Titans.
Yeah.
There's some good gags in here. You got Silver saying, "Oh, I better talk to the Earth Green Lanterns," and then listing off like names of a half a dozen characters, because each
But
Green Lantern is supposed to only represent one planet, yet Earth's got like a dozen of them.
But
And
I
then
did
when they're doing,
appreciate like Knuckles just kind of laying out to himself like the differences of trying to do his job versus Superman's, and like
yeah,
uh what needs to go into protecting something like Metropolis, and so that combined with the goofy Lex Luthor encounter really helped make this for me. But
Like,
my second favorite one was definitely just Sonic versus the Reverse Flash, which again, like I was not sure if we were going to get the Joker, and I was really not sure if we were going to get the Reverse Flash because,
when I first read that, it kind of pissed me off because Sonic should not be as fast as the Flash or even Reverse Flash by any means.
Yeah,
But then they
now
realized,
he is.
yeah, he did have a Chaos Emerald, so that kind of made the difference where he could kind of warp and attack.
He did
Since
use chaos control, something we rarely ever
Yeah.
get to see him do. But just seeing the way they played off each other, like Sonic being this cocky asshole, and Reverse Flash also being this cocky asshole, because the Reverse Flash is just he is a hater. And
Oh, yeah,
like I definitely enjoyed what little we got of him in this. And
during the Green
him
Lantern
and
fight
Sonic's
with Sinestro,
rivalry
I
just worked
noticed
out really well.
during the fight with Sinestro, I noticed they took a panel of Sinestro looking up that was stolen exactly from a William Dafoe meme of him looking up in the sky all scared.
And it was perfect. Like it worked within the context of the scene, and it always just makes me laugh whenever I come across that page. Like this was the page that got released in the previews, and so I've had to look at it a lot, and it's never gotten old.
Okay,
for me.
I gotta ask. I don't remember if it happened in issue 2, but how did Amy Rose end up getting Wonder Woman's lasso and bracelets?
Stop asking questions.
Drop them off?
I would simply assume that Wonder Woman has extras lying around. Like
that's nice to see her team up with like Hawkgirl and Supergirl.
That was the one situation where I was not entirely surprised that they did not really go with a proper Wonder Woman Rogues Gallery villain, because it was like, who is Wonder Woman's Rogues Gallery? I ask you. Like
Cheetah?
Some Greek gods, I guess, and the Cheetah Lady. Like that's all I can think of.
Yeah, that's about it. And then we get them arriving with Cyborg Tails. Did nothing in this. Cyborg Tails just in the outfit.
I mean,
we have Beast Boy showing up and pretending to be Knuckles in green, which led us to some little green Knuckles remarks.
Look, this
I enjoyed that.
This series is already just chock full of just, I don't know, let's go see what this character is up to for 2 pages. Okay, that's done. Let's move on to the next thing. It's like, I don't think that having Tails go on an individual adventure really adds much.
They would not. They simply would not have had the room for that. Like to do that, they would have had to like cut other scenes shorter, and those other scenes like barely had enough room to do what they wanted to do. Like I think this issue more than any other makes me wish that this was like either had fewer characters or was a longer series, because
I think it would have.
There's a lot of things that you could do with this situation that they just have to skim over.
So imagine.
I think it would have worked out better as a children's graphic novel than just making a 5-issue.
Imagine.
Comic.
Yeah.
No, I think you could even do that better. It's like, okay, here's how you lay this out. First issue is you abbreviate the first 2 issues into 1 issue. Then you have the finale be the final issue. This is how many? This is 5 issues, right?
Yeah.
Then you have the middle 3 issues basically split into 2 stories, one for each character taking on the role of their counterpart, because you have 6 of them, so you can have 6 stories there, and then you wrap it up in the final one. You give at least each character a little bit more time to breathe instead of, they're here, they're gone, they did the thing.
Yeah. Like my personal preference would be just, hey, each character gets an issue. And obviously that would have required them to make the miniseries a lot longer. But like ultimately my preference would have been for this to have just been a Sonic and the Flash crossover, just them. Just those 2 characters. And then like they can build to something bigger later once they have more confidence in the partnership, or not if it doesn't work out. I don't know. But because like they definitely need there was definitely way more space to expand on just the Sonic characters being in the DC universe. So like I don't know. Hopefully maybe we'll get some kind of follow-up that corrects this, but but I also did appreciate Beast Boy's little appearance. He was funny. Like between that and Tails' Booyah, like we're definitely getting like the Teen Titans cartoon stuff.
Obligatory. They didn't need to make as many extended references statement, but like, how much can I really harp on that?
Like
I think
I think the ones
They
in the
did do
Flash,
a few
the
too
Flash
many
one worked out
Sonic
fine.
lines again, but that's just what Ian loves. He
can't-
loves his
If I'm
Sonic
being
lines.
honest, I
much in-
personally wish that when Amy said the Justice League doesn't bow, I think that she could have gotten away with "Never fear, Amy Rose is here," because that's already kind of a superhero introduction line. My brain's already doing it.
No, Knuckles, no.
We don't need more of that.
Yes,
No.
yes.
No.
Frankly, I'm going to be honest. I think the references in this issue, especially, just work out perfectly fine.
No, they don't.
Yes, yes,
They
they do.
don't.
They feel completely natural.
No, they do. They absolutely no. I will not sit
Yes.
here and listen to. Oh, it sounds very. Yeah, it sounds so natural when the Reverse
Like,
Flash
Reverse
goes
Flash,
into
he
this
was told Sonic.
freaking extended
Flash, he was
diatribe
told-
of the Sonic and Shadow state. Is like, what in God's name are you talking about?
Reverse Flash would say that Sonic's not even good enough to be his fake. Like that, his whole diatribe went perfectly into that line.
No,
Like
it didn't.
there was nothing out of
No.
place there. And then he is just simply describing how Sonic teleported. Like again, that just works out perfectly fine.
It
And this is
doesn't.
why I thought I'd be fighting you guys over for like the duration of the conversation. So it was nice that we only had it at the end here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sonic gaming quips aside, it was a decent issue compared to the last two.
It felt like they actually did something with it, as opposed to the first two, which felt like it felt like the first two could have been one comic of setup, and it would have been better for it.
Probably. Like it would have honestly, like it would have just made the first issue even worse. But honestly, I would take a worse first issue to have more space in the rest. So
Honestly, I don't know if it would make it worse, because it would at least move. Like, the first issue is just, I don't know, here's the villains in Sonic Worlds, let's go beat them up. Like I'm still of the mindset that, like, above all else, I think the art in this one sells it. Like, I think if the art was not as good as it is, then it would just suffer from the same issues as the other, but the degree of expressiveness, the juxtaposition between the Sonic characters, or at least we'll say the more believable juxtaposition between the Sonic characters and the villains in this one, I think is what makes it actually, work, because it's much more of a treat visually than look this is Sonic characters with the full size Justice League people together. You see that they're together because they're together.
I still can't believe we got the Joker in this. Like it's that 2019 question just come to life, and like. And like Shadow was really and like I really did again I enjoyed that scene. I'll be like in this case Joker really did carry it, but it was kind of funny seeing it was kind of neat seeing someone like Joker attempt to bounce off of Shadow.
Sure, yeah, I mean that's the Joker that people legitimately love, is the one that could be the one to push Batman's buttons, not the weird brooding I'm gonna teach you things about society Joker. Like,
yeah, the Zack Snyder Joker, he was very bad.
For the stories he was trying to tell, he fit, but wait, which one's no, I'm thinking of no, I'm thinking of Zack Snyder. No,
You're thinking of the one that's not technically the Joker.
Wait, do you mean the one from those wannabe indie movies or whatever?
I mean that, but then I also mean the one that showed up in Suicide Squad. Like there were a lot of attempts to make.
Okay, that is Zack Snyder Joker.
Okay, then I don't know who I'm thinking of. The one from the Dark Knight trilogy. Isn't that also Zack Snyder?
No,
No, wait, no,
Dark Knight
that's...
Trilogy is Christopher Nolan.
No, Christopher Nolan, that's who I'm thinking of, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I got them confused, but, like, there's just a lot of attempts to make Joker into...
I would never speak ill of those movies.
There's a certain amount of reason to speak ill of those movies in light of
Why so serious, Shadow?
yeah, but like when you want a
Yeah,
Joker,
it doesn't
you want a
work.
Joker that can play off a Batman, and that's what you get. Like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
In this case, he got to play off a Shadow, and Shadow completely ignored him, which as he should.
Sure.
Like
Well,
normally I
that's
want
what a
Shadow to
Batman
be
would
more
do.
emotive, but like against the Joker, and I like it when the Joker doesn't get what he wants there.
Like that's literally the kind of exchange that you would normally have between a Joker and like a zany Joker and an
Oh,
effective Batman.
and I forgot to say, Shadow's the one character to actually get a superhero name. Shadow of the Bat. Shadow is a part of the Bat family.
Wait, what?
Well, Shadow of the Bat is also a name of a limited series that happened in the 90s.
Yeah, it's another
Batman
reference, my
series.
dude. Yeah, it's no, like no,
No, that is his superhero name.
No, it's
That is his superhero name.
no, it's not. No, it's not a
It's literally called the Shadow
That's not
of the Bat.
a
It
name,
is his
it's,
superhero name.
No,
it's
that's
just a
a
reference to
description. It's a description of who he freaking is. It's like it's the Joker cracking wise saying, "Oh, it's the Bat." It's not the Batman. It's the Shadow of the Bat. I don't know. Because
I don't know if you're screwing with me or not, but anyway, Shadow's part of the Bat family, albeit his name is very wordy, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm wondering if they're going to use that on merchandise.
no, they're not. Because that's
Yep.
not his superhero name. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, what is his superhero name?
He doesn't have one.
Shadow.
Do you think Shadow
None
wants a
of them do.
superhero name?
No, but I think he but I also don't think he'd want to wear a Batman costume.
It's to protect his secret identity. So nobody knows
Sure.
that he is Shadow.
So that no one will know he is Shadow of the Bat. Exactly. Thank you for proving my point.
Shut up.
Anyway, it's a much better issue than the last two. So
It's
Yeah.
I'm not holding my hopes out for the next two.
I am wondering if we're gonna get more Sonic characters in the next one. Like,
Why?
Like if it's gonna be like a
No,
well, if
of
it's
course
gonna be
they're
like the
not.
Justice League in Sonic's world or what?
That Sonic's world is gone. That's the whole point. It's
Yeah,
been
the
No,
fact
it's
been
not.
removed
fact
from
that they
his.
found the Chaos
It's
Emeralds
not
means they know
gone. It's hidden. That was like the
that
one of the
that
big,
it's in another dimension or whatever.
yeah. It's still there. So like my assumption is that I know that it's going to be more focused on the Justice League. So like I don't know if it's going to be like a direct continuation of this comic or if it's going to be like the Justice League mucking about in Sonic's world. But we'll know next month, I guess.
Yeah.
So with
Have them
that,
all
we
fight.
are...
Have them all fight the Deadly Six. I think that's what everyone is craving.
Oh please!
Everyone
please.
wants them to fight. Imagine though, because it turns Cyborg against everyone else.
Oh God!
Batman's gadgets are useless.
I do kind of wonder if they would be allowed to do that, but they absolutely should. Although they could just have Superman beat up Zavik, I guess. But anyway, so that is all we have to discuss today. Thank you for joining us. We will be back at some point next month after lots of big things happen, like the launch of a brand new console and Summer Game Fest. So, like, I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about how we're gonna fit this into things because I've also got some personal life stuff going on.
Now you're going to be at Summer Games Fest, right, Alex?
Which I'm technically not supposed to say anything, even though they have been doing that the in-person stuff for the past like 3 or 4 years. But I can neither confirm or deny anything until I guess Friday or next Friday. You know what I mean?
Right.
Christ Almighty, am I doing video editing on this now?
What now?
Apparently, I'm gonna be doing video editing on this now.
Oh no, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh, that was my bad.
But anyway.
Hey, our opinions
So-
are our own, but what we do here on Sonic Talk is under
Yeah.
the umbrella of Sonic Stadium over at sonicstadium.org. We are one of the internet's longest running Sonic fan communities. We have news coverage, including everything we talked about today. We have forums. We have pretty active forums. We have Discord chat, and we have weekly streams, including whatever we will be doing on Friday with Sega Sonic Radio. And even if we don't have a podcast next Wednesday or whenever, we will have something next Wednesday. Who knows? Maybe it'll be that weird kart racing game and we can race a car with Chao on it, or who knows? I'll come up with something fun. And otherwise, you can catch us on our socials. Basically everywhere on the socials. We're just, Sonic Stadium, be it on Twitch, be it on YouTube, be it on Blue Sky. I think we're just sonicstadium.org there for that. We are on the bad social media site. Yeah.
And so until next time, we'll see you later.
Sonic Star Wars
Bye-bye.
crossover next.
Right. Who knows?
Peace, y'all.